Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Tuesday, September 13th, 2022. People, this is getting freaking ugly, and I mean ugly. Okay, let's start off with stock futures. Stock futures are cratering after this much worse than expected inflation report. You can't make this stuff up. Look, you know this better than anybody else. You got these rocket scientist economists out here who are drinking the freaking Kool-Aid, buying the nonsense dog shit, cat shit propaganda that inflation is somehow going to get better sometime soon. No. Even if you strip out energy, okay, inflation is now soaring higher, faster than these rocket scientists expected. No, not you and I. You and I have been clear on this, okay? Inflation in no way, shape, or form is slowing down, nor is it going to slow down anytime soon. In fact, it's going to get worse because central banks continue to inflate in a scheme colluding with their respective governments to continue to pull future into the now, on top of the trillions, tens of trillions of dollars, hundreds of trillions actually, if you count dollar derivatives here, floating around the world. And it's just economics 101, people. You got all these bills in whatever form they exist, chasing fewer goods, as a matter of fact, not the same amount. It's economics 101. But these people, they don't get that, and they're stunned, and the market right now is hating this. So on the back of stock futures cratering right now, pointing towards a markedly lower open, we still got over half of an hour here till the market opens. The 10-year yield spiked to 3.42. The dollar got stronger. The MMRI, forget about that. The MMRI this morning is at a new record high. Check out the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, link in the description of this video. Look, there's a lot of things in play here. We've been seeing all this instability in the debt market, for which central banks have tried to, ease that worry by promising to do more if they have to. But look, this inflation report this morning just threw all that out the window here. Central banks will have to do much more now to stabilize the debt market, to weaken the dollar. Otherwise, this is just over. You know that here. Everything we're seeing is dependent on action here in the debt market. And right now, we're seeing a hardcore sell-off in the debt market. 10-year yield spiking like this, 3.42. That's a pretty profound move overnight here. And with that dollar now stronger, let's see how this plays out. Market's not going to like it. What else is going on here? Gold and silver are under pressure on the stronger dollar. Okay, whatever. You know how this works. Commodities are priced in dollars, period. Crude oil is flat. Ever so slightly stronger this morning. Bitcoin still around 21,700, almost 22,000 here. That's where we stand this morning with regard to this market. Now, as I just said, this is ugly. This inflation report didn't surprise me at all. Okay, I'm sitting here this morning. I was actually watching Bloomberg. And, a smirk just came across my face. I'm like, look, it's just so obvious to me, and I know it is to you if you follow this blog, the propaganda, the nonsense, the distractions, the bullshit. And these are the numbers they're allowing us to know. Understand, they're telling us straight out, even though the price of energy has fallen substantially lately. I've covered this right here in this blog. Both of us, we've talked about this, all of us here, okay? That the price of everything else continues to rise. Well, look, we don't need data to tell us what's right in front of our freaking face. Duh. Am I right? Look, it's too twisted. We all shop. We all, see what's going on here. All you need is one fraction of one functioning freaking brain cell to see what's going on here. Look, this this whole thing here with central bank, oh yeah, they're determined to fight inflation. They're going to raise rates. They're going to continue to do the same thing collectively, central banks, that they've been doing for months, and they expect a different outcome. Really? How about you and I aren't that stupid? You cannot do the same thing over and over and over and freaking over again and expect a different outcome. Okay, that may be the definition of insanity, and you all know that here. But look, what you're not going to hear ever from, retarded presidents, the freaking propaganda ministry, Fed chair people, is what they're doing behind the scenes. They continue to inflate. Central banks must inflate in order to keep the system functioning. People, nobody knows this better than you. Without the continual, relentless inflating of global debt, it can't stop. This whole thing ends but fast. Now, what we're seeing here is a pretty big exodus this morning from the debt market, which is already illiquid. You know that. It's a time bomb. It's a ticking time bomb. And if this gets out of control, and it could happen in a nanosecond, forget about what it will do to the stock market. Yes, a big sell-off here and a spiking of rates in the debt market will crush the stock market, but it's going to change the entire financial system, which is the most twisted thing in the history of the world, and it doesn't make any sense anymore. It's just central banks gone wild. So look, here we are. We stand here yet at another precipice. Are central banks going to make up the difference here? I want to hear from you. Gauging from the action this morning, that again, prices are rising, surprise, not to you and me, faster than expected. Okay, even stripping out energy, still rising. Okay, imagine my shock, and this is not going to stop. With that 10-year yield rising like this, do you believe central banks are going to do more, or are they going to allow this thing to implode? I don't think so. I still stand by what I've been saying for the longest time. Central banks are not done inflating. They're not done, okay? Central bank's power resides in one thing. One, their ability to inflate. And what they do here is they create currency out of thin air. As we all know, they just conjure it up. They add digits to a screen and they go out there and they buy assets with their product that they just make. That's it. That's how central banks keep their power. And what they're working towards here, people, is one thing: to be the lender and buyer of last resort, to crush the global economy as fast as they can, to issue in their new system. Nobody knows this better than you do. All right, but I want to hear from you on it. What do you think about what you're seeing right now, especially this morning? Look, this inflation report was highly anticipated. And, as I said, these rocket scientist economists, they really, really thought they were going to see inflation starting to drop. And even if you strip out energy, it's still rising, people. I don't understand it. How these mainstream media commentators sit there and spew this shit out of their mouths, lying to people. Oh yeah, it's getting better. It's peaking. We're all going to do really well soon. No way, shape, or form. We're not done. They're not done killing people. Look, this is an extermination. You know that. I've been telling you this every freaking day for how many years now? This is elimination of an entire class of people. This is central banks fulfilling their end game. And part of it is to vastly reduce the population of the world, make more people dependent on the system. Less of them, as a matter of fact. You know this. Nobody knows it better than you. All right, look. So that's the story this morning. Stock futures, the last time I looked at it prior to this video blog, reversed from being triple-digit positive to deeply negative. So sell off here right at the open. What is going to happen? Is the Fed going to get in here? Someone is already poised at their trading desk to buy the market. Is that going to happen here? Are we going to see the 10-year yield drop? Or are we going to see the 10-year yield rise from here? If the 10-year yield rises from where we are today, 3.42 just prior to this video, and that dollar continues to get stronger on a relative basis, well, the market is going to be vomiting all over itself, okay? Let's see how it plays out. And again, I want to hear from you. The stuff I spoke about here, ponder it, think about it, comment. I will read the comments. People, please get this out there. And check that MMRI link in the description of this video. It's free to you and everybody else who wants to utilize that resource. It's at an all-time high. That is interesting in my view. All right, look, love you a lot. Please get this out there. Again, please comment. I'll see you later.